Hey GTB, it's Yasmin here in Toronto. I hope you're all doing well. Today we have Twin XL, who recently toured with Fitz The Tantrums, of course pre-COVID. They're here to play a couple of songs for us. And right after, I'm gonna have a quick conversation with them and get to know them a bit better. Without further ado, sit back, turn up your volume, and enjoy Twin XL. So you guys are a relatively new band. Like, you guys have formed just recently, but you guys have known each other for a long time. I know, Cameron, you were in Weather Star, and
very long time ago.
and John and Stephen were in the Somerset. It's like breaking up with a band, like your past bands. Is it like breaking up with a lover?
I think for John it was. I think for me it was a little different. But I'll let him talk about it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, in a way, you build, when you're in a band, it's like, you sort of like join this little circus troupe. You travel around the world. Like, it's hard to be in a band, especially an active band, and not have it sort of consume your life in, every single way. It's just sort of always there. You're traveling all the time. It takes up your time, it takes up your life, much like a relationship. You build your entire life around it. So yeah, it was pretty crazy seeing something that you've built and that you've organized your entire life around for 8 years no longer exist. It sort of shakes your identity a little bit. Like, who am I? Like, I've always been this thing, and look at all these decisions I've made were based around this thing, and now I'm left with the remnants of all these decisions, but it's no longer there. It's definitely a process. It's like almost like a grieving process when you break up a band.
So how did you guys find your sound together then after leaving these bands, and how did you all three find your sound?
Like, how did we connect and start this, basically?
Or how did you find your unique sound as Twin XL together?
I mean, it kind of happened without trying. It kind of was like a happy accident is how we usually describe it, because I've known John and Steven for like over a decade now, prior to starting the band, just from playing. They were playing in their band and I was playing with a couple different people, and we crossed paths so many times, and then this is the short version. And we ended up getting together just because we were, known each other for so long. And I think like one of the first songs we wrote together, just to, casually writing, was Good. You make me feel good. You make me feel good. You make me feel good. And I think there was just something cool to it. I think you write, especially as a songwriter in LA, and you kind of do the writer's circuit and you write with a bunch of different people. And I think there was a feeling about the first few things we did together that felt special. And John called me and he was like, I want to be in this band. And I think it just, like, from the start kind of had a special thing that just clicked. It's I don't know how to explain it really. It just kind of is. It made sense from day one.
So I know you guys, your touring schedule got cut short in February. Is that correct?
We actually got lucky. We were on tour with a band called Fitz The Tantrums from February into March, and we only had to cancel 2 shows of that tour.
That's really lucky.
Yeah, and I felt for my friends who work for other bands and are in other bands who were just starting their tours. We were luckily just wrapping ours up.
Crazy, because the last show that we were going to play, it got canceled the day of. So everyone from Fitz's crew drove all the way to the venue, and they set up the stage, and all the production for the show that then got canceled that afternoon. So we all drove there to take a tour photo with them, because, we would have done that the last day of the tour. And it was such a bizarre, surreal feeling to be in a big empty venue with all the production set up to play a show that we couldn't play. And we kind of took this photo and kind of had to say goodbye to everyone. But it was a weird thing. I don't think I've ever been in a venue that was ready for the show, and then the show wasn't going to happen. You knew that from, the get-go pretty much. But
that's a weird feeling.
Yeah, totally weird.
Yeah, that is a really weird feeling. So what are your predictions on how touring is gonna happen in the future?
Oh man, I guess the thing about touring is that, to go on a tour, especially like a national tour or even a regional tour, it's like all these venues are interconnected. Like if one state is shut down and not allowing events, or a group of states is not allowing a certain amount of events, it makes that routing really hard to get from like point A to point B. So it's like, I don't know when it's going to open up, or when it does open up. Maybe there'll be short stints of like, California's open, we're going to do a California tour or something. Right. I don't know if it's going to be like smaller pockets, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be really what it was for a while now. So I think artists are sort of digging in and trying to either write or try to figure out, I guess their release strategies during all of this. I know we are.
Yeah. One thing I was thinking about the other day is like, I was kind of remembering those last couple shows on the Fitz tour and some of my favorite shows that we've even done ever as a band in this band. And just remembering all these people just completely crammed in together, yelling the words to songs and, just really like being compressed together. And that thing, I think it's, I don't know. It was almost a really sad thing. Cause like, I don't know when the next time is that I'm going to see that. Even if shows happen and it's like some weird social distance show, like I think that feeling and that energy from a live show, like who knows if when that happens again.
Thank you for joining us on Stereo 550. We're so happy to have you. It's been an amazing experience to talk to both of you. Thank you so much.